Guys, we just witnessed the largest cryptocurrency hack of all time. Over $1.4 billion was stolen from one of the top exchanges in the world, and it sent the markets and the entire space into a frenzy. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened in an easy way for you to understand and discuss things like whether or not your funds are safe, how you can keep your funds safe, and what happens next. Like, what does this mean for the entire space, the entire industry going forward? I'm going to explain everything you need to know in this video today as a blockchain developer myself who works with this technology on a daily basis. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below and subscribe. And if you want to see the absolute best way to capitalize on this booming industry, I can show you how to increase your income by becoming a blockchain developer over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about this insane hack that just happened. So in case you haven't seen the news, the second largest cryptocurrency exchange, Bybit, was hacked for over $1.4 billion. That's over $400,000 worth of Ethereum cryptocurrency, or Ether, was stolen directly off the exchange platform itself. And who's responsible for this? Well, it's the North Korean hacker group, the Lazarus Group, which has been behind some of the other insane crypto hacks that have happened in this space. They are behind the Axie Infinity Ronin network breach in 2022, where they stole approximately $625 million in cryptocurrency, and also the Harmony Horizon Bridge attack of 22, where they also walked away with about $100 million in digital assets. So you can see the offending transaction right here in the blockchain. It was 3 days ago at the time of recording this video, and over 400,000 ETH was transferred from a Bybit cold wallet to this Bybit exploiter, who has then gone on to transfer the funds to multiple wallets and even start launching their own meme coins. I'll talk about that here in a second. So how exactly did this hack happen? Let's sort of break this down. Now, I want to give full transparency into this. We don't have all the details on exactly how this happened. We can piece together the different pieces of information that we see coming from Bybit and other people online, and then try to make some educated guesses on exactly what went down through this process. I doubt that we'll ever actually get a full post-mortem from this attack, but we'll do the best that we can to understand exactly what happened here. So in order to set the stage for this, you have to kind of understand how a lot of these centralized cryptocurrency exchanges work. Again, these are different from decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges that run on smart contracts in the blockchain. These are centralized exchanges where you send money directly to the exchange. It lives on the platform, and then you can trade inside this website and then withdraw it to your wallet later. So how a lot of these exchanges operate is they essentially just have wallets that hold all of the users' deposited funds onto the exchange. Okay, when you deposit, it goes onto the site, and then those funds get routed to probably some sort of crypto wallet where other people's funds are also held at the same time. Now, how a lot of these exchanges are designed is that they have cold wallets, okay, and then they have hot wallets, okay? So a cold wallet is basically going to be an offline wallet that's not really connected to the exchange, where like long-term storage funds are held. And then a hot wallet will be used as something, it's called hot, so it's connected to the internet, it's connected to the exchange itself, and maybe that's used to do things like process user withdrawals. So if you want to essentially take your funds off Bybit, they would come from the hot wallet directly to your wallet, or facilitating trades and transfers, or payment settlements, okay? So those are the two main types of wallets. Now, in a lot of cases, there's also this middle step, okay, called a warm wallet, where it's kind of like a security buffer between the cold wallet and the hot wallet, and that might be used for operational liquidity to facilitate day-to-day trading activity, basically a security buffer, so you're not going directly from the cold wallet to the hot wallet, or things like, potentially automated funds transfers. Now, what appears to have happened is that there is a normal, regular operating procedure where funds were getting moved from a cold wallet to probably a warm wallet, all right? And in that transfer, that's where the exploit happened. So you might think of like a cryptocurrency exchange hack where, a hacker got a hold of the private keys for the wallet or something like that and just stole the money, or maybe they hacked a smart contract that allowed them to do this. That's not really what happened, okay? So because these exchanges have cold wallets, they got warm wallets, they got hot wallets, funds are always being moved around from each wallet to sort of facilitate the operations of the exchange. And whenever funds get moved from one place to another, okay, there are strict operating procedures in place that ensure that those funds are transferred safely from one place to the other, okay? Now, what appears to have happened is there was a routine transfer taking place from a cold wallet where long-term storage funds are held, probably to a warm wallet, a place where they go as a temporary holding place before it goes to a hot wallet, okay? And that movement between the cold wallet to the warm wallet is what was compromised. And instead of the funds going to the warm wallet, they were instead sent to the attacker's address. So basically, they were able to compromise a routine procedure where funds were going from a cold wallet to a warm wallet. And instead of the funds going from the cold wallet to the warm wallet, they went to the attacker's address. Now, how did they do that? Well, let's talk about how that procedure looks to have normally taken place. So whenever the funds get transferred from the cold wallet to the warm wallet, it's not like one person can just sit there and click a button and move those funds, okay? And there's no like automated machine on the background just moving those funds. You have to have very strict operating procedures. And typically what happens, what I understand from most cryptocurrency exchanges and what we've heard from, just the news from Bybit themselves, is that they have a multi-sig process in place where multiple people sign off on a transaction that moves the funds from the cold wallet to the warm wallet. So what is a multi-sig wallet? Well, basically, it's just a mechanism that holds funds that says like, okay, if I want to send money from one place to another, like your wallet, if you have MetaMask or something or Phantom, you just click a button. But a multi-sig wallet is something that essentially requires multiple different people to sign off on a transaction before funds can move from one place to the other. So what appears to have happened is that the transaction for the multi-sig transfer was actually compromised, okay? And that the attacker was able to create a transaction that appeared to look correct to the signers of the transaction, that the funds were actually moving from one place to another. But behind the scenes, the actual transaction that was going to the blockchain was sending those funds to the attacker's wallet instead of the warm wallet, which was the original intended destination. So how did this happen? Well, we at least think we know how it didn't happen. So Safe Wallet essentially is one of the technologies that they use to facilitate their transfers. So we at least think from what they're saying here that the attacker did not exploit the Safe Wallet directly. So they said that there was no code-based breach found, no malicious dependencies were identified, no unauthorized access to infrastructure, no other safe addresses were affected. But what we do think potentially happened is that the attackers were able to compromise the actual computers of the people who were responsible for signing the transactions, so that when they went to look at their user interface for what they saw was the transaction details, and they verified, hey, it's going from here, it's going to there. Am I going to sign this transaction? Yeah, it looks legit. I'm going to sign it. That they signed off on something, but the actual transaction that was generated behind the scenes in the blockchain was sending it to a different place. From what we know about the multi-sig wallet, it looks like at least 3 people were required to sign off on that transaction, which means they gained access to at least 3 different people's systems to show the wrong information essentially on their interface and kind of trick them into signing a transaction that would send it to the wrong place. And after the hack, essentially what we're seeing is the attacker is basically trying to move the funds to multiple different wallets, move them to different places, try to obfuscate some of the stolen funds so it's harder to track. Or even seeing them do things like launch a lot of meme coins as potential scams as a way to launder the funds, okay, to try to make this even harder to recover. So it's absolutely crazy. All right. Now, let's answer a couple quick questions, which is like, are your funds safe? How can you keep yourself safe from this? What can you learn in the future? What does this mean for the space? So number one, are your funds safe? So if you are on Bybit, I know this could be a really scary thing for you. As far as we can tell, the depositors on Bybit are still able to withdraw their funds. So no user funds look like they were compromised in this case. It looks like there is a way for them to get the liquidity that they need to make the exchange operational. So that's really good news. But what can you learn from this to actually keep yourself safe? Okay. So I've made several videos on my channel talking about, crypto security and how you can do that. But one really important lesson to learn from this is using a hardware wallet, okay? So, hardware wallets can give people a false sense of security because they think that like, hey, just because I have this wallet, it's going to keep me safe. This like little dongle USB drive looking type thing that you plug into your computer. But really what it is a two-factor authentication device. So if you sign something on your computer, your user interface, it's going to tell you what you're doing, but you have this second factor that you have to sign off on before a transaction can go through. And that actually can work for multi-sig wallets as well. Now, from what I understand, okay, this incident actually involved a hardware wallet as one of the signers, okay? And unfortunately, I think some of this probably could have been prevented by reading properly what's on the hardware device before you actually sign the transaction. That looks like where there may have been an actual oversight. So if you're ever using a cryptocurrency wallet and you want to validate the transaction is going from one place to another in an exact amount, a hardware wallet is incredibly hard to hack, and that can always act as your source of truth to verify that the funds are going from this place, they're going to that place, they're going to that amount, and you click send, and that's going to be your source of truth regardless of what you see on your computer screen, because at the end of the day, your computer could be compromised. So I know you probably don't operate a cryptocurrency exchange if you're watching this video, but you probably do care about keeping your crypto safe, and that's one way to boost your security and make sure that someone else isn't trying to send your money to the wrong place. Now, finally, what does this mean for the entire space, the blockchain industry going forward? Well, pretty much every single time one of these hacks happens, it usually sends the market into some turmoil. That looks like what's happening right now. I know the crypto is facing some other headwinds, but this hack hasn't been a good thing in the short term for the crypto markets. And after these types of things, people, tend to, lose faith in crypto. They tend to trust it less. They see all this type of stuff. But what I'll say is I've been in this space for a very long time, ever since 2017. I've detailed post-mortems on almost every single one of these major hacks that happens. I talked about Axie Infinity when it happened. I talked about the Harmony Bridge exploit when it happened, and so many other hacks along the way. We can keep having this leaderboard where more and more money keeps getting stolen. And yeah, there's always some short-term despair, but it always recovers, okay? We haven't seen a hack yet that's just been a death knell for the industry, and I don't think this one's going to be either. Does it suck in the short term? It does. Is it scary? Yes. Is it good for the space? Not really. Crypto finds a way to persevere, and not only persevere, but prosper, and that's what I believe will happen in the future. All right, so that's an overview of the $1.4 billion crypto hack that just happened. Again, this is the biggest one in history to date. That's an explanation of probably what happened from the limited information that we have and how you can keep yourself safe and what this means for the industry going forward. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And whenever you're finished leaving your comment, make sure you smash that like button down below and subscribe. And again, despite this hack, the crypto space keeps moving forward. And if you want to see how to take advantage of this booming technology trend, then how can you get started today? Well, you can go to my YouTube homepage. You can see my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those videos and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a master shortcut entirely, I can show you how to become a blockchain master step-by-step start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You really don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.